Alright, so it's David Gutierrez from Pixel Perfect NYC Photography, also affiliated with Red Carpet Events NYC. So I'm here to talk about startup cameras, and I had a couple of my followers ask me what cameras do I recommend, and pretty much telling me I can't afford the Mark III and I can't afford the Mark IV, and I understand that because I've been in that situation years ago. So trust me, I understand. So I originally started with the t1i. I was able to get my hands on the t1i. So this is old school. So we're gonna do a photo shoot with this old school camera. I'm just gonna show you that you can still make it happen with this camera and put out good quality. I don't recommend you guys do weddings or do, sweet 16s. That's a lot of work. You need certain flashes. You're in low light situations, so it's pretty risky. I wouldn't risk it. But if you're gonna do park pictures, portraits, and stuff like that, go for it. Get a couple of friends, practice with them. Also, I recommend strongly to get your hands on like a small little prime lens, like the 1.4 50 millimeter, or the 1.8, which is cheaper than this one, and just to show you get good quality images using those. One thing I could honestly say that I wish I knew beforehand is that you could I recommend you guys, if you ever buy a Rebel, buy just the body. That's my opinion. Some of my viewers or other photographer might tell you, wow, this guy's crazy. I'm not crazy. I say that regardless, if you're taking photography seriously, eventually you're going to change that lens. I guarantee you're going to change that lens. So why spend an extra $300 on a little lens like this that most likely it's not going to do the job what you want it to do eventually? So I say just buy the body and invest on a lens, and you're going to see a different quality. Once again, you're still going to be able to make it happen with this lens, but you throw a little prime lens on this, you can throw an L lens on this, and yeah, there's a crop factor. We all know that, yes, but the quality is different. So once again, we're going to go through a couple of images as soon as I get my hands on a model to come in here, and we're going to do some random shots. I might just do them right here, I'm not sure, or I might do it outdoors. We'll see. I'll surprise you guys. So I'll teach you more or less how to use the camera. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to teach you how I started off, because for me to give you the whole breakdown on this is like, good luck. Like, you got to read the manual. But I don't recommend you guys shoot on auto. Never shoot on auto. I started off on AV. Remember, this is me speaking on how I'm teaching you from my experience. So you can start off on M if you think you want to go full manual and you think you can handle it, go for it. I'm going to start with AV, just to teach you guys more or less, because you only need to adjust certain parts of the camera, and the rest of the camera gets adjusted for you to make it work friendly, I guess you want to say. So let's do that. So as soon as I get a model in here, let's give it a go. I'll take a couple of shots with this, a couple of shots with this. I might get crazy and take a couple of shots with the 70 to 200 L lens. I don't know. We'll see. But stay tuned. Alright guys, set the camera at AV mode. With this mode, you're able to control the ISO and the f-stops. So let's start up with the kit lens. As you can see here, the f-stop's at 5.6, 1/1000, and the ISO is at 800, and the quality looks pretty good. But once we take a look at that 50 millimeter, look how much cleaner, how much brighter, because we set the camera at f2.5 because of that lens. It could do that. And the shutter speed at 1/4000, ISO 800. And these pictures have not been edited, just straight out of the camera. So now we're looking at the 70 to 200 version 2, and we set it at f2.8, shutter speed 1/1000, ISO 800. And the pictures look great. A little darker than what I'm used to, but if I would have adjusted a couple of more things on the camera, we would have really gotten the image the way, as best as possible. So I decided to edit one of the 50 millimeter. This is it. And as you can see, with a light, simple edit, look at the difference. and look at the quality. And remember, keep in mind, this is with a camera that came out years and years ago, and it's still putting out this type of quality. So it goes back to what I said. Decent camera, it could be old or not, but you put a decent glass in front of that camera, it does a big difference. La, 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 la.